Hello students, welcome to our today's online class. Our today's topic is chapter 7, simple equations. In previous class, that means in class 6, we have already discussed about simple equations and how to solve the equation and form equation of an real life problems. And today we will also see how to solve some simple equations. Before starting, we will have to revise about some rules and regulations of solving equations. So at first, let's revise about some laws. That means at first we see commutative law. Commutative law for addition and multiplication. What is commutative law? We have already learned this, but I just want to remind you that if two quantities A and B, if there are two quantities A and B, if A plus B is given, then the value of A plus B is also same as B plus A. That means if we replace A and B and rearrange A and B, then the value remains same. So this is called the commutative law for addition. And for these two quantities, say A multiply B, that means AB is also equal to BA, that means B multiply A. That means if we multiply A and B together, A first and B second, and then it also be equal to if we multiply B with A, it is also same. Next, we just remind about distributive law. Distributive law for multiplication. This law consists of like three quantities A, B and C. If there are three quantities A, B and C, and we are given that A is multiplied with B plus C, then how we can multiply? If we add B and C together and then multiply by A, it is also same as if we multiply A and B and then we add A and multiplication of A and C. That means this A should be multiplied with both B and C separately, and we use the symbol as the symbol given plus if it is plus. If it is minus, then we can use the symbol minus. So this is the distributive law of multiplication. Again, if we are given suppose A plus B and then it is multiplied with C, then we can also write A is multiplied with C, then plus, then B is also multiplied by C. Either the first position or in the last position, if we multiply within a bracket, if there are two quantities, then these two quantities will equally distribute with the quantity C. These are the distributive law for multiplication. Alright, these were only for reminder. This was we have learned these things in class 6, if you can remember. For this chapter, we have to learn some new things, some new laws. We have already applied this, but we didn't know the names of the laws. For example, in the now we are going to learn about four new rules or laws. Number 1, transposition law. Transposition. What is transposition? Transposition law are of two types, for subtraction or addition, for addition and for subtraction. We know any equation consists of a variable, some constants with operational symbol and equity symbol. For example, let's say x minus 5 is equal to 3. So this is an equation with variable x and constants 5 and 3, and there is a operation symbol minus, and also there is a equal symbol. This is an equation, a simple equation. Now here we can, if we want to find the value of the x, then we just do what? We can do x minus 5 plus 5 equal to 3 plus 5. That means if we want to free x in the left side, then we can add 5 on both sides, and then we can get x equal to 3 plus 5. Now if we just remove the second line, so what we see after first line, if we do the third line, that means we just transpose this 5 to from left side to right side, and we just change the symbol. That means this minus 5 we just took it to the right side and just gave plus symbol here. Instead of minus symbol, we gave here the plus symbol. So this is the transposition law. For any variable we can do the same thing. For any constant we can do the same thing. Let's have another example. We have another equation, 4x is equal to 3x plus 7. So in this case we just want to do that the x in one side and other constant in another side. So we want to move this 3x into left side. So we just do what? We just do this 4x then minus 3x equal to 7. We can write this because 3x is the positive quantity, because in front of 3x there is nothing, and if there is nothing we can assume that it is positive. And then if we change or transpose this 3x to left side, then we have to make this positive sign negative. In other words, we just do 4x minus 3x equal to 3x plus 7 minus 3x. That means we just subtract 3x from both sides. So this is the transposition law of subtraction. So for any quantity we can do the same, and this law is called transposition law. When we skip this line, that means the subtraction or addition, and directly we just write by transposing, then it is called transposition law. Alright, now we want to move on to our next law, that means law of cancellation. Cancellation law. All these laws are very nicely described in your textbook. You can see in chapter number 7. I just give you the I'm just giving you the idea of these laws. So what is cancellation law? If similar thing lies in an equation on both sides, then we just simply cancel the both quantities. For example, in this equation 2x plus 3 is equal to a plus 3. Here you can see plus 3 and plus 3. In both sides the symbol and the operation symbol and the quantity is exactly same. When this quantity is exactly same, then we just can cancel this 3 from both sides. If we just disappear this 3 from both sides, we can write it as 2x equal to a. And this law is called cancellation law, and this is cancellation law for addition. Similarly, there is same rule for cancellation law of subtraction. For example, if 7x minus 5 equal to 2a minus 5, then we also can remove this minus 5 and this minus 5 from both sides, and then we can write 7x equal to twice a, which is also cancellation law. And in this case, in both sides we just remove a negative symbol, that means minus 5. So it is called cancellation law for subtraction. Now cancellation for law for multiplication or division. Another thing that in a equation it is given that 4 times, for example, 4 times 2x plus 1 is equal to 4 times x minus 2. In this case, on both sides 4 is the multiplied with some quantities. So we can do just simply we can divide both sides by 4. We just divide both sides by 4, and then this 4 ones are 4, 4 ones are 4, so we can write 2x plus 1 is equal to x minus 2. So this division is called cancellation law for multiplication or cancellation law for division. Similarly, if some quantities is divided in some quantities, in same quantities, then we just can multiply by the same quantity both sides. That means if we multiply this equation by 2 on both sides, 2 is cancelled. So we can get x equal to x minus 1. In this case, x equal to 2x, in this case, x equal to 2x minus 1. So in this case, this is called the cancellation law for multiplication or division. And now we move on to our next law. This is called law for cross multiplication. Our third law today, law of cross multiplication. You already know, I think you already know about this law, law of cross multiplication. Say there is an equation like this. Let me write an equation here. X by 2 is equal to 5 by 3. Now here, what can we do? We just can simply do both sides by 2, multiply both sides by 2, or multiply both sides by 3, or multiply both sides by the LCM of 2 and 3. Then we can get another equation. But in either case, if we just simply multiply this 3 with this x, that means crossly, if we just multiply and write, that means 3 and x. If we multiply 3 and x, we get 3x, and if we multiply 2 and 5, we'll get 10. So we get another equation, and this law is called the cross multiplication law. I hope you understand cross multiplication law very well. Now our fourth law is the law of symmetry. Law of symmetry. Law of symmetry means just if there are two sides in a equation, like 2x plus 1 is equal to 5x minus 8. Now if we all the terms we write in from left side, we write in into right side, and all the terms of right side we write in left side, that means we interchange the terms of left side and right side with symbol, with same symbol and without changing the symbol, then it is called law of symmetry. That means in the left side there are 2x plus 1, and in the right side there are 5x minus 8. So we can, if we write 5x minus 8 is equal to 2x plus 1, this remains same, and this law is called the law of symmetry. I hope you understand very well. Now we just start solving the questions from exercise 7.1. Let's move on to exercise 7.1. Exercise 7.1, there are so many questions, so many problems to solve. Here I just solved some selective questions. Most probably I will do just the even number problems, and all of the problems will be your homework at the end of this class. So at first do number 6. First we write the question from exercise 7.1, question number 6. We just write the question. Here 2 and z almost similar, so for this reason in z we just give a cross in the middle. That means we can distinguish between 2 and z. And in equation solving, we in second line we write or you can write the double arrow, anyone. If either you can do write double arrow or you can write simply or, but do not give just equal symbol, because an equal symbol is already here in the middle. So you cannot give equal symbol in questions in equation solving problems. You have to use either double arrow or simply or. So in my class I just use or. Now what can we do? Here you can see there are z related terms in both sides. That means in left side there is 13z and right side there is 2z, and also constants in left side there is -5, in right side there is only 3. So we simply can transpose these terms at first. That means 13z, and we bring this -2z to left side by giving just +2z. So this -2z, we bring it in left side and we write +2z, and here just 3 left, and we can write also this -5 from left side to right side. If we write this, so we just write +5. So this symbol is changed, this minus is changed to plus, and then we write 5, and we have to give a side note within third bracket, and this side note can be write as by transposing. What we do here, we just transpose it, so we'll just write by transposing, nothing else. In second line, we can write just calculation. That means 13 plus 2, that means 15z here, 15z equal to 3 plus 8, 3 plus 5 is 8. Now what? Now we can just simply divide this 15z by 15, because we want to make free z, only z, we want only z in the left side. So we just divide both sides by 15, and we have to give another side note here, dividing both sides by 15. You already know that dividing both sides by 15. So you know that side note is mandatory for this kind of problem. So finally we got z is equal to 8 by 15, which is our question and which is solved. Now the value of this z, 8 by 15, is the root of this equation. This is called the root of this equation or solution of this equation. Our question was 13z minus 5 equal to 3 minus 2z, and the value of z is 8 by 15. Now if we put this value 8 by 15 on both sides and then we calculation, the two sides will be equal. That means left hand side 13 times 8 by 15 minus 5, the value of this equation is also equal to 3 minus 2 times 8 by 15. That means if we put the value of z here, then we will get the similar quantity in both sides. I hope you understand. Now we move on to our next question, question number 8. At first we write the question, x by 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. Here at first we see how the question is given. Here is a quantity, constant quantity. We can transpose it onto left side, from left side to right side, and we just have to give side note by transposing. These are very easy questions to solve. Now x by 2 is equal to 2. Now what? We can just multiply both sides by 2. So x by 2 times 2 equal to 2 times 2. Now we have to give the sum side note, multiplying both sides by 2. So 2 and 2 will be cancelled, only x will be left, and here 2 times 2 is 4. So this is our solution. We can write here solved. So these are the two problems from exercise number 7.1. Now we move on to our next solution, solution number 10. At first we write the question, x by 2 minus y by 3 is equal to y by 5 minus 1 by 6. As I said, at first we have to see question, how the question is given here. Here we can see there are 3 terms related to y. That means y by 2 minus y by 3 and y by 5. There are 3 terms related to y. So we have to write these 3 things in the left side, and only one constant term, that means minus 1 by 6, it will be on the right side. So at first we just transpose. In this line we just transpose, so we write the side note by transposing. Or now here you can see there are three fractions, y by 2, y by 3 and y by 5. So if in the equation the fraction is given, we have to do just simply the LCM and then we just do calculation. So we need to find the LCM of 2, 3 and 5. So LCM of 2, 3 and 5 is 30. We write 30 in the bottom side, that means the denominator, and we just divide this denominator by 2, that means 15, and then multiply this 15 by y, that means 15y. In the middle there is a minus symbol, so we give minus symbol. Then 30 divided by 3, that is 10, and 10 is multiplied by y, so 10y. Another minus symbol here, and 30 divided by 5 is 6, and 6 times y is 6y is equal to minus 1 by 6. So you have to be very careful, that means this minus is always minus, this cannot be right as another thing. Now we can calculate in the upper side, that means 15 minus 10 is 5, and 5y minus 6y is equal to just minus y. So in upper side that is only minus y, and lower side, that means denominator just 30, here minus 1 by 6. As you know that here is a minus, here is a minus, so from both sides we just can cancel the minus symbol from both sides. So we just write y by 30 is equal to 1 by 6, and we can write by cancellation law. Cancellation law, or you can write multiplying both sides by minus 1. If we multiply this side and this side, that means left side and right side by 1, we will just get the same thing. So another way you can write multiplying both sides by minus 1. That means both sides we can multiply by 1. Either you can write this line or this line, any one. Now simply we just cross multiply this thing, that means we will get 6y, that means 6 and y cross multiplication, and 30 and 1, 30 times 1 is 30, and this is the law of cross multiplication by cross multiplication. We can just write by cross multiplication. We just write by cross multiplication. Now if we divide both sides by 6, we will get 6y by 6 equal to 30 by 6. That means y, 6 cancel, so here is only y is equal to 6 5s are 30, that means 5. So our value of this question is y is equal to 5, and this is solved. Another thing, you have to write a side note here, dividing both sides by 6. Dividing both sides by 6. This is how we can solve any equation related to fraction also. So I hope you can do any of these problems of this chapter. Now finally we just solve the last question, question number 20 here. Question number 20, at first we write the symbol minus z minus 1, z plus 2 is equal to z plus 4, z minus 2. This is the question given in question number 20. We have to solve these equations. At first we see here there are two terms and both are multiplying. So now we have to multiply these both sides. If we multiply z minus 1 z and z, we will get z squared, then z to minus 1 minus z, and 2 times z is plus 2z, and 2 minus 1s are minus 2. In this side we get this one, and in the left side we just z is square plus 4 times z minus 2 times z and minus 8. Now here there is a z square in the left side and z square in the right side. So from both sides we can cancel easily this z square. So if we cancel this z square and this z square, it will be no problem, and we can calculate this 2z minus z is equal to z minus 2, and here 4z minus 2z is equal to 2z and minus 8, and this z square and z square we can just write get better knowledge from this chapter, and we will meet again in the next class. Until then, goodbye.